Hello, and let me zoom out here. Zoom in. No, you don't want to see my old face. Hello, and welcome to Stuart Warne RC. Now, I had already recorded this opening, but I didn't have the microphone on. I can see it's on now, and I'm here to give you a flight review of the model that I brought second-hand about 5 years ago at the BMFA swap meet, which is an infamous swap meet in the UK, and I look forward to attending that again when that's up and running. It hasn't been going for a few years now, but I got it with another model of the same period, which is World War One, and it's this beautiful model that you see behind me here. I'll give you a quick little run around of it, and this is a gorgeous thing. It really looks like an antique, and it feels like it's got lots of oak and mahogany in it because it's about a pound overweight. Now, this was built, I've got some footage that I filmed earlier without audio. This was filmed by, this was built from a plan by Alexander Meek, and it came out in a magazine in the 1970s. And this gentleman out in the UK that I brought it from hadn't flown it at all. He just built it, and he was retiring from the hobby. He was more of a builder, you know the story. And look at it, it is stunning. I'm really pleased with this. Now, this is a 60-inch span. It was originally designed for a 60 size two-stroke, but I've got a Turnigy G90 on there with a 16-inch prop. That's given me around 900 watts for around 45 amps. It's running off a 6S 6200 because it needs quite a bit of weight at the front. Speaking of which, here's another shot. Underneath here there's a hatch, and that's where I've got a 5-cell nickel metal hydride for the servos. Again, useful extra weight and some additional lead. But now it balances really well. I've flown it a few times. It's quite the character to fly. I'll explain when we're out there flying it. We're also going to put an onboard on one of the struts so you get an onboard perspective, but it's really a stunning model to behold. Now, I had this say for about 5 years, and I had it in a box, and I don't know why I didn't do much with it or anything with it for so long, because really all it needed was the motor bolting to it, and I did have to swap out the servos for more powerful ones because the true to scale pull it's an all pull system on the tow, on the elevator and rudder. It takes quite a lot of load, so I've got higher torque servos operating that, but just the amount of workmanship on this is astounding. All of these are fabricated by him by hand. All the struts are full rigging wire throughout, beautiful detail. We look at the stitching along here. This is one side of the pull for the elevator. You've got the gun on there, one of the William Brothers guns, the windscreen. You've got the little things like the strap over what I assume is one of the fuel tanks. There's the cap for the fuel tank. Again, all the rigging wire. Really stunning, beautiful detail. And yeah, it's quite unique, which is what I like about it. I'm not going to do much when I fly. I'm just going to potter around. That's all you really want to do. The last time I flew a World War One plane and did a loop, I crashed it. It was my big pup. Here's a picture of it. Very sad, but it will be fixed. But now I'm really got the bug for World War One, so I'm out here with my DH-2, and well, it's just a quick flight demo for this, and we'll take it out now because actually my battery's running low on my camera, and we'll give you a quick 5-minute flight of the DH-2. Okay, so here we go. The light is fading quite fast, but the wind is dead calm. Perfect for this. I got the camera on, as we said. There it is. And well, we'll just give you a little flight demonstration of what it does, which isn't really much, but it's very charming when it does it. It's a pusher prop, so it's quite loud. I'll talk you through it as I go through. I'm going to go in high rates for taxiing. It's like a Spitfire. You've got to hold on full up elevator and then ease off the elevator as you apply power. I'm going to taxi out for takeoff. Taxiing out. There you go, you can see I've zoomed in there, you can see I've got full up. It handles relatively well once you get used to it. So there's not much wind, so I'm going to bring it around to this part of the runway. There's a little helicopter there, but he'll be done soon. Okay, put it in the long direction of the runway.
Seems to be not much worry as long as you take it slow.
Yes. It's yeah, it's definitely slow. Alright, So full up elevator and then ease on the power. Not much in the way of torque that needs correcting for. Let the speed slowly build up. Easing on the power and then pull up a little bit and away she goes. That's climbing out about 2/3. I'm going to go full power now. How's that on camera?
Very nice.
Alright, just do a little bit of trim. Lots of rudder in the turn. What you don't want to do is tight, slow turns with this thing. I found out when I was doing the initial flight, pushing the boundaries, it's not happy when you do that. There it is. Now flying this thing, the throttle, the response on it, it's kind of like flying a jet. You need to fly a little bit ahead of yourself, and you can't just bang on the throttle and have it respond. It kind of eases into it. Here we go. This is a low pass, about half throttle. How's that looking now?
Very nice.
Here comes. She is quite the charmer. We'll come this way a little bit. Right, you still got her?
Yeah, I got it.
Alright, I'm going to do... Yeah, this must be pretty easy to film, right?
It's hard to miss. It's just... It's whenever you look away, it's pretty much where it was before. So.
Okay, yeah. I'll do a full power pass this time. Ready? If you can see it against the green.
Got it?
Yeah. A little bit obnoxious, the sound when you're going full power.
At least the RPM's not too high.
Well, you can also see the torque when you apply. It needs a little bit of right on the aileron when the power is applied. But the full throttle, it's around 950 watts and around 45 amps. Look at that! Woo! And this is pretty much all it does. The stall is not great. When I tested it from height, it takes quite a bit of recovering, and again, you don't want to pull too hard on it. It's really about throttle management and rudder in the turn, because it's like if I apply full power now, it's a little bit slow to respond. You notice that when you're coming into landing and flares. Speaking of which, I'll do a touch and go. You need to keep power on. I've turned a bit tight there. So I need more.
Is that even a tight turn already?
Yeah, yeah. I would not turn much tighter than that. So you need to keep the power on and fly it onto the field. It's a little bit hard to see. So now I'm going to ease off the power and flare. There we go. So apply power, ease off the elevator, and then just give it a tad of up, and then away she goes. So this is, I was thinking of selling it just because, well, mostly because I really need the space. I've only got a relatively small workshop, and it's a bit tricky to store. Transporting is very easy. The wings, as I think I can show you from this footage here quickly, the wings are on a jig. He made up a very nice jig for that, and it transports easily like that with the wing panels off and still rigged. And it probably takes about 5 minutes to assemble. So we cut back to the footage now. You can see I'm just doing what I always did. I'll do another fly past this way, and I'm going to show you the underside, because the underside is not green, so it's quite nice to see. Okay, power on, and there's the underside. Those roundels look good, don't they?
Very nice.
Right, I'm going to do a bit of a hammerhead, because remember it's old looking and it's World War I, but it was a fighter, so it needed some manoeuvrability.
Was it a fighter?
Yeah, it was one of the earlier fighters.
Really?
There we go. Let it pick up speed naturally. Don't pull hard before it picks up speed. And I'll do a slower turn away now. Yeah, at half throttle, it's not so intrusive, the sound. Is it still looking alright? The light is getting kind of low right now.
Camera's not complaining.
Okay. Cool. I wouldn't do any tighter than that. I just start to clench the old butt cheeks when I turn that shaft.
Do you still have enough battery to go up and show us the spin?
The stall?
Yeah.
Alright. Now
if you have enough battery, of course. But
now how are we doing on camera with the battery? Okay still?
It's still got one strike.
Alright, so this is full throttle climbing. I mean, it climbs as it should at, I guess, scale speed. Now I want to be at least double that height, so I'm going to keep climbing. Ease off a bit in the turn. See, like, even then, if you dip the wing too much, that was more of an aileron turn. And you need to, well, I need to really get used to basically turning, initiating the turn with rudder and then opposite aileron, kind of like a cub actually, and that flattens out the turn really nicely. Okay, right, ready? I'm gonna
Got
show
it.
you the storm now. We've got a full size there as well, but he's miles away. Okay, and there we go. See?
That picks up quickly.
Yeah, right, drops rather quickly. So that tells me you gotta treat her gently, but when you do, she's rather mild-mannered. Do another touch and go, just because now that I'm getting used to it, quite fun to go, fun to do. Though the orientation, or sorry, the visibility is a little tricky. That's nice, look, not too sharp. Kick the rudder in there, let it descend on a bit of a power glide, easing off the throttle now, but easing on the elevator. Don't bounce it. There we go. And then easing on the throttle again, don't let the nose go over. And a nice gentle climb out. I didn't even give it an elevator at that point. Now we'll go up and do another stall turn if you like. Kind of. Whoa, too low, Stuart. I didn't like that. Okay, so that's about as much as I'm going to do. I'll do another pass.
Oh, it's good to have some action shots.
Oh, Jesus. Where's that camera? It's on the right wing, right?
Yeah,
so
it is.
I'll do another pass coming around us this way. What I'll do, I'll continue out here to the right. Do a nice wide turn with rudder again. Some elevator at this point. Now opposite aileron, leveling off. Oh, that was a bit of that one. Whoa. Okay, we'll do a nice gentle turn. Sorry. Like I said, the control surfaces stick a little. Alright, I'm going to bring it into land because
Nice and immersive.
yeah, my eyes are struggling a bit. I'm getting older now, so I don't have the benefit of youth. I'll keep it in the sky there as I approach in, feeding on the power whilst letting it descend. Feeding on power, and then I should be able to do a 3-pointer. Don't let it stall. Whoa, almost stalled.
That was with wind.
Oh. Alright, I need to correct that. I'm going to do that again.
Okay, fair enough.
But you saw then, just how as I was pulling up and the speed was bleeding, see how it wanted
Yeah.
to go off the wing?
I'm pretty sure you were going with the wind though. There's a tiny bit of wind.
There is a tiny bit of wind.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's just enough.
I need to come closer because of the mic.
Yeah.
I haven't got the lapel mics on now. Yes, there is a tiny little bit of wind, but Andres is right. I should have landed with the wind, not against it, especially with these World War I types. Right, taking off and we'll do a better landing from the right direction. So
Quite forgiving though in a tip over.
Yep. And the nose is like made of oak, so it doesn't dent or anything. Easy on the power. Up she goes. Okay, right, let's bring it round. Nice wide turn. Rudder there. Rudder, 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 rudder. Keep the power on in the turn. Yeah, so once you get used to it, it's charming. It's not an easy model to fly, but it's not
That's part of the fun.
It's not difficult, yeah. It's nice to have a bit of a challenge. It is a bit of a challenge, but a very charming one too. Right, we'll do a landing in the right direction. I'll go right to turn left to make myself nice and wide. And I will come into what little wind there is now. Rudder here just to bring the nose round. Opposite aileron to get the wings a bit more level. I'm now just letting it drop in without holding any elevator. Easing off the power. Now I'm going to start flaring. Oh. Now, there we go. That's
That
what
is
I was
lovely.
looking for. All right. So note to yourself, Stuart, don't be an idiot. Listen to your advice, and you'll be fine. One of my O-rings has come off. You can see the undercarriage there. It has three. One of them's come off, so it's a little bit bouncy on the ground. It is. But anyway, there it is. That is the plan built, not by me, DH-2, a 16-inch span, which I think is around 15 or 1600 mil. Very different model, very unusual subject. Different to fly for sure, but I do like it. However, I may decide that I don't have the space in my hangar, so if you're in the Netherlands and you're looking for a very unique World War I type model, it will probably be for sale at some point soon. I guess you can message me if you're interested. Right, so from me next you'll probably see another project of a similar period coming up, or something else entirely. I've got the painting to do on the 262, then I'll do another video of that. And who else? What else? Well, let's see what the future holds. There's definitely some cool things on the horizon for both Stuart, Warne RC and work as well. So look out for that. Thank you very much for watching. Please comment. I always welcome those. It's interesting to see what you think. If you want to like. If you want to subscribe. I don't care so much about that stuff, but I do like to get your comments and feedback. and sharing this stuff with you. So if you have any questions, let me know, and I will see you next time here on Stuart Warne RC.